Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 884, we're going to take a different look at Kamahl, Fist of Krosa. Now, this one's going way back, like Invasion era, I believe. So for 6 mana, we get a 4/3. Both lines of his text are relevant. A single green mana, target land becomes a 1/1 creature until end of turn. It's still a land. And then 5 to overrun. Yes, just the exact cost, the exact ability, overrun. A repeatable overrun. There are two axes of this deck. We will go through the first and obvious one first. We are going to get out a ton of lands, turn them into creatures, and overrun a bunch of times. To do that, that's not the good one though. The second one is, it's nasty. But we have Llanowar, Finhorn, and Elvish Mystic. They provide early ramp. They also provide bodies for the overruns, Soul Ring, Secure Tribe Elder, Moss Diamond, Wood Elves, Ronus's Monument. The whole deck's mono green, and to get that +2/+2 and trample, Fertilid. It's very, very not bad. But the land fetching, that's what we're here for. The nature's lore, rampant growth. I dug pretty deep to get some of these that we don't normally use. Untamed Wilds, Grow from Ashes, Search for Tomorrow, Kodama's Reach and Cultivate, Explosive the 4-for-2s, the Explosive Vegetation, Circuitous Route, Sky Shroud Claim, Ranger's Path, and then the big one, this is Renewal. Yes, that borders on excessive ramp, but that's what we're trying to do. Ramp out as much as possible to use our commander's abilities. We've got a little bit of card draw in Rite of Flourishing. Shamanic Revelation is beautiful when you can turn your lands into creatures. And then see your Sundial. Now, that is just where the obvious stop. I had this idea, and when I saw Kamahl, the very first thing was, so I can turn all my opponent's lands into creatures and put a lure on my creature and kill all their lands. Yeah, you can pick one player and you got a block with all your creatures, and now all your lands are creatures. And then it especially gets, yes, the Lure Thicket Ballast combo from 93, but it just kills them all. The Venomous Breath, instant speed, you can do it, just destroy all of them. Venom, the actual enchantment, permanent basis of it. And then I started looking at, what about the the creatures that say must be blocked? Now, Nakata War Pride, this is beautiful. This is like a personal Geddon. Nakata War Pride and Kamahl, because it has to be blocked by exactly one creature. And then whenever the War Pride attacks, it spits out copies equal to the number of creatures they have. So, all of mine versus all of yours. And all of your lands are going to be included in that. Your 1/1 lands are no match for my 3/3 Cat Warriors. It's crazy. Oh, and I forgot, Kamahl's second ability, his overrun ability, is instant speed. So we can wait till the War Pride multiply out and then overrun. Oh, yes, it's very mana intensive, but we've already seen we've addressed that. Tree Shaker Chimera. It's an 8/5 that all creatures have to block it. Okay. Enlarge, +7/+7. Trample, and it must be blocked. Now, it doesn't say all. That's a very narrow category there, but that got me to thinking about other must be blocked. Emergent Growth, +5, and must be blocked. Creature-wise, Canopy Stalker must be blocked. Chaos Protector must be blocked, and Satyr Piper to make any creature must be blocked. Now this is beautiful because now now we can get involved. We can kill their lands when it's not even our turn. If there's an attack going on someone else's turn and you're not involved, you can use the Satyr Piper to make their attacker must be blocked, and the defending player, you can turn their lands into creatures. Oh, it's so bad. Cormus Bell just does the thing for swamps. Urborg is so widely played that why have to spend the mana to make their swamps lands when Cormus Bell can just do it perpetually? Nature's Revolt. I thought about Living Lands, but Living Lands only affects forest, and Living Plains affects the wallet. So Nature's Revolt. 2/2s are still smaller than our Nakata War Pride thing. And it's just everybody's all the time. All the time. So it Nature's Revolt really makes people not want to cast board wipes. But yes, I know it is cruel and it is mean to just destroy people's lands without a way to win. Well, this is our way to win. The constant just overrun. And I thought, Dingus Egg, because their lands are going to die, right? So they take 2 damage for each one. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. They're not only lands, they're creatures too. So I put the Dingus Staff in there. Oh, it's so bad. And eventually, when they get down and they can't play anything, Black Vice, is very, very punishing. Tsunami, of course. Here again, it is I never feel guilty for playing Tsunami, because if the blue player lets it resolve, then yeah. But Tsunami, of course, we have like Howl the Night Pack, that much land ramp we've got, and just generating that many creatures off of one card is great for the Overrun deck. Speaking of Overrun, I might as well go ahead and show you the Overrun, because it's in there, just in case our commander gets too much to cast. I doubt that's possible. I kill it a whole bunch of times, I guess, maybe. And I figured I was so far down the rabbit hole of losing friends and making enemies and violating the land destruction gentleman's agreement. But this is land destruction in a different way. You know what I'm saying? It's not an Armageddon. It's a personal geddon. you. Oh, your stuff is dead. You can hold the board hostage that way. I don't know. I woke up this morning and chose evil, I guess. Plow Under. Now, Plow Under is a with the amount of ramp this deck has, in the early turns, if you get a Llanowar or a Sol Ring or something like that, you can potentially cast this and put their only 2 lands on top of their library. I can't predict how that will go. You might have flat tires afterwards. I don't know. A Fog, just in case, because, things, some people refuse to be held hostage and they will attack you outright. I've got the Recollect and the Regrowth to get things back. And, of course, we are in mono green, the Blanchwood Armor, with a commander that can give itself trample at will. So, yeah. Now, as you can tell, I spent a lot of time in the revised binder. So I think I've got like 12 revised cards in the deck. So we're moving on to removal now. Now, a lot of these are removal creatures, because not only do they do their 1/8/7 thing when they come into play, but they're also a body there ready to be overrun, like Acidic Slime or Reclamation Sage or the Uktabi Orangutan. All good, I've got a Creeping Mold because it says artifact, enchantment, or land. Crumble, 1 mana instant. A lot of people forget about it. Yeah, they gain life, but I'd a lot rather them gain that life on turn 1 than you can nuke their Sol Ring or their whatever. Life Force here again cripples a black deck. Black doesn't have that many ways to remove enchantments, so they got one super popular one now at common, but they may not draw it for a long time. And oh yeah, we can counter that now. But yeah, it's really Hurricane for life totals and flyers. I mean, there was a few of those must be block creatures had some little life gain trinket text on it, but we're this is for protecting us from flyers. I mean, just to be honest with you, and Hurricane has won me plenty of games over the past 29 years because you just randomly look around and everybody's at a lower life than you, and you're like, hey, good game. Broken Bond, of course, a naturalized variant, return to nature, and then lastly we have Tranquility. We have no non-basic lands, all forest, all the time. That's what we want because we've got the all of the Forest Matters cards in here. So there's like 39 or 40 John Avon Forest. So I like it. I haven't played it yet. I've got a feeling this will be one of those decks that doesn't get played a lot. So trying to get the lands and it's I know a few of y'all were asking for like land destruction decks. As a general rule, that's against the gentleman's agreement, but there are some times where you just gotta prove a point, I guess. So we're gonna go put an 884 on the wall. That'll be a blast to play. It's a pretty cheap deck too, from what I remember. As usual, the deck link is over on Architect. It should be right down there. Kind of funny. I know there are better ways to build Kamahl. The most popular, I think, being just all of the green cards that just one card makes multiple creatures, so that you can just steamroll. That's very susceptible to board wipes, though. And the beautiful part about, the Kamahl is you don't want a board wipe. You'll lose all your lands if you cast that Wrath of God. Can kind of sway people to not do it. So that's what I've got for today. I hope y'all have a good day. We're going to go ahead and shuffle and cut.